kiddos, welcome back. Today we are going to read a book called Animals in Winter. Alright, let's do the parts of our book. There's the front cover, the back cover, the spine, the title, and then the author and illustrator all the way down at the bottom. Alright, let's get started. The days grow short. The nights grow long. It gets colder. Winter is coming. Leaves have fallen from the trees. There are no berries on the bushes. Insects are gone. The grass is dead and brown. Birds and other animals are getting ready for winter. Some of the birds will fly south. Bluebirds and orioles go toward the south. They go where it is warm and sunny and where there is food for them to eat. When spring comes, the birds will make the long journey back north. They migrate. Some butterflies migrate too. That is what the monarch butterflies do. They gather in a tree by the hundreds before cold weather comes. They stay in the tree all night. In the morning, they fly toward their winter homes in the south. Many bats fly south too, but some bats stay in the north all winter. When the weather gets cold, they go to a cave. There is no wind or snow in the cave. The bats sleep there all winter. They do not eat. They live on fat stored inside of them. They do not move. They hardly breathe. They sleep, sleep, sleep. They hibernate. Woodchucks hibernate too. When fall comes, a woodchuck eats and eats and eats. He eats grass, twigs, and leaves. He grows fat. When it gets cold, the woodchuck crawls into his long tunnel and goes to sleep. Okay, and then it has a little picture that shows you how a woodchuck makes their house for hibernation. There's the main entrance, and then a mound, which is a sun porch, and a watchtower. And then there's a secret entrance up here, so he can hurry in there if he needs to. And then there's a tunnel that drops and narrows to keep out enemies, so it gets real small, so other animals can't get in and get him. And then there's a bathroom chamber and a sleeping chamber. So he's got his own little house underneath the ground. Does he sleep for a day? Longer than that. Does he sleep for a week? Longer than that. A month? Longer than that. A woodchuck can sleep as long as 4 months. That's a long time to sleep, guys, huh? He sleeps all December, all of January, all of February, and all of March. That's a long time, guys. 4 whole months. The woodchuck seems hardly alive. He breathes very slowly. His heart beats slowly. He sleeps, sleeps, sleeps. He hibernates. Some animals do not have to hibernate. They gather food and save it for the winter. This is what a pika does. A pika looks a little like a rabbit, but with round ears. Pikas live in high mountains where winters are long and cold. They eat grass. In summer, they cut more grass than they can eat. They spread the grass on flat stones. The hot sun dries it. By the end of summer, a pika may have gathered 50 pounds of grass. She hides it under rocks. In winter, she eats the dry grass. It keeps her alive. 50 pounds is a lot, guys. That's a lot of grass. Squirrels gather food too and save it for the winter. They dig holes in the ground. They bury hickory nuts and acorns. When winter comes, they dig them up and eat them. Sometimes squirrels forget where they buried the nuts. Trees may grow from the nuts that squirrels forget. That's pretty cool, huh, guys? So our big trees might have been planted by squirrels. Some animals do not get ready for winter at all. They do not store food. They do not hibernate. They do not migrate. They must hunt for food all winter long. That means they have to find their food. Uh-oh. There are mice that must hunt all winter for seeds and goldenrod, asters, and other wild plants. Sometimes they eat farmers' corn and oats and wheats. Deer must dig in the snow for dried leaves, plants, and moss. When the snow is deep, they must eat the twigs, buds, and bark of trees. That doesn't sound very good, does it? Do you guys want to eat tree bark? I sure don't. The rabbit must hunt under the snow for bits of grass and plants. When the snow is deep, he too eats the buds and bark of bushes so he can stay alive. Goodness, everybody's eating tree bark. In the winter, the fox hunts for mice and rabbits. The fox has discovered a mouse in its tunnel beneath the snow. Uh-oh, poor mouse. When the winter is cold and the snow is deep, many animals cannot find food. There are some ways you can help animals in winter. You can make a peanut and popcorn garland. You can nail a sunflower head to a post or fence. You can nail a seed tray with drainage holes to a fence post. Hang sweet in a plastic net bag. Stick fruit and cheese pieces on a dead branch. Make an apple, cranberry, raisin, and orange garland. You can plant shrubs with berries for food and shelter. Build a birdhouse in a tree or under the eaves of your house. Hang an ear of corn for squirrels and chipmunks. Make sure feeders are placed out of reach of predators. There's lots of stuff you can do. And then it says, please remember, once you begin feeding birds and other wild animals in winter, you must continue. They are depending on the food you supply. So you can't just do it once. You have to make sure that it stays full so they always have food there. Eventually, the days grow longer. The nights grow shorter. It begins to get warmer. Spring is coming. Alright guys, that's the end of this book. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!